What is going on, guys? In this YouTube video, I'm going to be talking to you about a stock that I believe is undervalued and it has huge potential for future growth. Now, that stock is called ABML. So here is the stock analysis and due diligence. First and foremost, what exactly do they do? So they do extraction of lithium from different products like brine, claystone, and other sources. They also do resource production, as you can see over here. But one of the main things that they are going to be doing, which is the reason for their potential huge future growth, is they are trying to develop a facility, a recycling facility for lithium-ion batteries, which are the batteries that are used in EV cars, which is again a huge and hot sector. So let's get into the due diligence. What is the reason for it saying ABTC over here? The reason is because there's been a name change due to the diversity in their work. They've recently had a name change to American Battery Technology Company. Now, that's more of a branding thing, so we don't really need to go too deep into it. But generally, when companies go, towards the tech kind of route as opposed to simply just mining lithium, for example, the valuation is seen to grow. Okay, so this factory, let's talk a little more about this factory where they're going to be recycling lithium batteries. So far, the land has been secured in December for the factory, along with water rights, and a construction firm has been contracted to construct the factory. So this actually caused the share price to skyrocket, as you can see over here. Let's go to a month ago. So in 14th of December, the share price was at 0.22, and mid-December, the share price just shot up, as you can see, from 0.81 to 1.32 and 0.48 before that to 0.81. So it just shot up when this was announced. Okay, guys, because again, there is huge revenue potential, and we're going to talk about that a little later. As we said, the EV sector is hot. More and more cars are, going towards the EV route. Various different companies, as you know, the share price of NIO has just gone up. Tesla is at all-time highs of over $700. So the EV sector is huge. Loads of different companies are going the EV route, and as you know, diesel and petrol cars are going to be slowly phased out. Even here in the United Kingdom, where I live, Boris Johnson brought forward actually the date from 2050 to 2030 that EV cars have to be no longer there will no longer be production of diesel and petrol cars after 2030. So again, EVs just gets hotter and hotter. Again, with Joe Biden in America, he's going towards green energy, EVs, etc. So again, it's an industry that's here to stay, and companies in that industry are just going to shoot up. So more about this factory. Its location is Nevada. It's very close to Tesla's own factory. There's low energy costs there, and there's already an available transportation infrastructure, as you'd expect, because Tesla's already there. So stock chart analysis. Let's look at the stock ABML. As you can see over here, we'll go back a year, and the share price used to be very, very low. They've been around for a while, but then when this happened, when it was announced that they're going to be producing a factory, it just shot up, it rocketed. Okay, and then there's been a slight dip. So I'm going to look at the 5-day chart now, and as you can see, on the 5th of January, so within a week ago, the stock price dipped to 0.74. So imagine you got in at this price. That would have been phenomenal. Or even 0.78 at 12:30. It would have been a phenomenal. It would have been a steal, an absolute steal. So again, the reason for this volatility, in my opinion, is because although they've announced that they're going to be building a factory, construction hasn't yet started. So the price is just hovering and dipping and fluctuating. But when it is announced, I do believe that the stock price will simply skyrocket. Again, the price now has, today increased. Let's look at 1 day. It's increased, 2.54% today, but it is very volatile and it could go down. So I would definitely keep an eye on the stock price of this. And, if it dips to, I'd say, below 1.1, I'd definitely consider buying it. Okay. So it has previously hit highs of $1.62. Okay, so the potential is there, and and the current price is undervalued in my opinion. And if it goes down to 1.1 or 1, then I'd definitely buy this stock. So I'll just keep an eye on it, because I think it will continue to fluctuate until it's announced that the construction has started on this factory. Because when that is announced, I believe the share price will just shoot up. So I'd say it's going to be announced potentially sometime in January. So you've probably got a week or 2 weeks to, watch the share price before this announcement, and then, probably buy in at a dip. Okay, guys. And again, a lot of penny stocks, you have to remember that the rises are just based on hype. Okay. For example, there's many penny stocks that are just based on hype, but this is a penny stock that is actually doing something concrete. They are trying to build a factory for the recycling of lithium-ion batteries, which could have revenues of 200 million a year. Okay, and they've actually trying to build a factory. People like Nikola, for example, Nikola cars, as you know, I'll Google them right now if you don't. Okay, they never even had a product. They've never even had one car, but the share price was at almost $80, as you can see over here in June 2020. So a lot of companies, they rise on hype, but here ABML, they're actually trying to produce a factory with potential huge revenues. So I do believe it is undervalued at the moment. Okay, so again, I'd keep an eye on it. It's going to fluctuate until there's a PR, so get in at a good price. Now let's go on to the due diligence of ABML. Okay, again, it's near to a Tesla factory, so there's a potential possibility of ABML recycling old Tesla batteries, so Tesla can become greener. As you can see over here, there is a picture showing you just how far it is. It's 22 minutes away, as you can see in that picture. Okay, also, as you know, EVs are the future, so prices of battery materials will go up, and then recycling old battery materials will save cash. So again, more and more people are going to be using companies like ABML. Another thing that I actually thought about is they are closely in close proximity to Tesla, for example. And Tesla cars, for example, the Tesla Model S was released in 2012, and its battery has a warranty of 8 years, and now it's 2021. So there's a high chance, in my opinion, that some of the batteries have died, for example, before the warranty. So Tesla owners have returned their batteries. You can do your own research on that. This is just me speculating. They returned batteries that didn't meet the warranty requirement, and those batteries are just waiting to be recycled. So let's say ABML opens up a plant near Tesla's Gigafactory. There's a potential for recycling materials, refurbishing batteries. Okay, and again, EV just gets hotter and hotter, so there will be a lot of batteries to be recycled for ABML. Again, here in this interview with the CEO, who I watched this video, I do recommend everyone watches it. It's on the Proactive site. He told Proactive that the commercial, it will produce 20,000 tons of recycled battery metals, which translates to $200 million in revenue. Okay, as you can see over here, last year only 100,000 tons were recycled of this material, and that equated to $1 billion in commodity prices. So 20,000 tons equates to around $200 million top market revenue. Okay, guys. So again, I do recommend you watch that. And he says the group will work towards producing 200,000 tons. So again, that's 10 times more. So that's 10 times more revenue. So 200 million times by 10. Okay. There you are. And then the next thing, again, as I said, if the share price drops, the market cap will only be 374 million. If the share price dropped to $0.78, and the potential revenue is around $200 million per year. So that, compared to that potential market cap, if there's a dip, I believe that the revenues are good. Again, my final section is that ABML has hired some great candidates. For example, there's Ryan Melzer, who's a former R&D manager of battery materials processing at Tesla. So, it has a great team around them. I really do like the CEO. He's confident. He keeps his shareholders interested as well, because again, as you can see in this DD section, what he actually stated in the video is that I'm going to play the video here, but what he stated is that once construction starts, they'll have a little trailer and then a 360-degree view camera there, so that people, the shareholders, can view the construction and they can see what exactly is going on. Okay guys, so again, I do believe in the CEO, I believe in the team. There's a great team of, you know, various people that used to work in Tesla, and it's just a great company in my opinion that is undervalued. And I do believe that if you get in at a good price, which there is a high chance of you doing because it is volatile, you will make some great profits. So that is the end of the video. I do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you share this video, leave a like, comment, and do consider subscribing to the Cash Creator.